But to our top story right now, the United States is pushing ahead with its diplomatic strategy to ease tensions between Russia and Ukraine. President Biden is holding a call today with U.S. allies, and the Secretary of State has agreed to a meeting with Russia's foreign minister. Weijia Jiang is following the story for us from the White House, and Christina Ruffini is in Munich covering the security conference that the Secretary of State and Vice President Harris are attending. So, Weijia, two questions, I guess. What do we know about this call that President Biden had with allies? And it'll be critical, I guess, if the Secretary of State meets with his counterpart in Russia next week. That should give us a pretty good signal of where things are headed.
That's right. Well, first on the call, I mean, this is not a surprise. President Biden has had a flurry of engagements with foreign leaders for really the past week now. So this is the latest one with transatlantic allies to talk about deterrence and diplomacy, a pretty generic comment from the White House. But the president will lay out, I think, the latest intelligence that the U.S. has, and, of course, talk about their commitment and their pledge to punish Moscow if, in fact, Russia invades. But what we're seeing now is a full court press from this administration to try to find an alternative to war. As you mentioned, where Christina is right now, she is covering that Munich security conference. We know that the Defense Secretary, Lloyd Austin, is expected to speak on the phone with his Russian counterpart today. And we keep hearing from different officials that they still believe that the path to diplomacy is open. So they're hammering that out, trying to find a way. But what we're not hearing is any indication that Russia plans to get on board to move over to this path, because we have seen so much escalation. So that brings us to the second part of your question, Vlad. Secretary Blinken did request an in-person meeting with Russia's Foreign Minister Lavrov in Europe next week, and we know that the Russians have responded with proposed dates for late next week. Now, the reason that's relevant is because obviously Blinken is not going to meet with them if a war has already unfolded. And so you're talking about late next week. That is a significant amount of time for this, to either de-escalate or to continue escalating. But the assumption there, the premise there, is that they do not intend to invade between now and sometime late next week, when the Russians have agreed to that meeting with Blinken. Now, a lot can change between now and then. I'm sure Christina can weigh in a lot about that because she's there in the region right now. But again, I think the takeaway is that the administration is trying to do whatever it can at this point to prevent the Russians from invading.
So let's go to Christina. You are in Munich at a security conference. The vice president is speaking there. What do we know so far about the goals for this trip when it comes to Russia and Ukraine?
Well, this security conference in years past has been a really big deal. Our producer here, Anna Norskiewicz, says that this is the smallest she's ever seen it. And that's because it was supposed to be dialed way back due to COVID concerns. However, the tensions and the focus have really been dialed back up due to what's happening in Eastern Europe and the fact that President Vladimir Zelensky is going to be meeting with Vice President Harris sometime this weekend. We don't have an exact time yet. She's here. She's going to meet with about 13 heads of state. She started her day off by meeting with Jens Stoltenberg, the head of NATO. And it's a real show of force from the Americans, because not only is she here, but as you mentioned, Secretary Blinken is also here. They're meeting with European allies. The Russians, who do come to this conference, usually did not come this year. They announced a couple weeks ago they weren't sending a delegation. And that's probably because they knew they'd be the center of attention one way or the other. Even they don't have to be here for everybody to be talking about them. And everybody's talking about Ukraine. There are other topics here that need to be addressed, including the Iran nuclear deal, which we've heard might be making some progress, other regional security issues in Europe, the Arctic. However, everybody's talking about Ukraine because it is so pressing. And as we've reported at CBS earlier, it seems that despite Russia's claims that they're de-escalating, saying they're pulling troops away from the border, the U.S. is saying that's not what it's seeing. And the OSCE, which is an organization for European security, said earlier today the Russian troop level could be as many as 190,000 now around Ukraine's borders.
All right, Weijia, Christina, thank you very much.